Hi and hello, Rays fans, and welcome to this presentation of Rays Baseball, the first of a three-game series in a crucial American League East series against the Boston Red Sox. Ryan Yarbrough going up against Chris Sale today. Chris Sale is in his first decision against Baltimore. He went 8 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, 9 struck out. He earned a victory in that game, and he has a 3.76 ERA on the season. And we'll tell you a little bit about the Rays lineup that he's facing after the first pitch. The right fielder Austin Meadows, batting 171, will lead things off. Full crowd tonight in Fenway. A night game on this Monday evening, first of a 3-game set. Second series in this opening road trip for the Tampa Bay Rays. Chris Sale gets the sign, and the first pitch from him is on its way. It's high for ball 1. And the Rays lineup, of course, leading off in right field, Austin Meadows. Batting second, the second baseman, Brandon Lau. Batting third, the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, Hunter Renfroe. Batting fifth, the shortstop, Willie Adames. Batting sixth, the DH, Jose Martinez. Batting seventh, catcher, Michael Perez. Batting eighth, center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Yandy Diaz. The pitch to Meadows is taken for strike 2. Meadows taking a couple strikes. A chilly evening today in Boston. 47 degrees. First game in Fenway Park for the Rays this season. Of course, they'll be back here later this year. The 1-2 to Meadows. Swung on and missed. Chris Sale picks up his first strikeout of the day, and there's one gone. The second baseman, Brandon Lau, will bat now. Lau is batting .216 on the year. Couple of lefties to face Sale early on here. First pitch to Lau is taken for a strike, so some good first pitch strikes for Chris Sale. The 0-1 taken for strike 2. Brandon Lau now down early in the count. No balls to 2 strikes. Tampa Bay Rays 3-6 on the season after back-to-back wins. They're 4 games back of first place. Tied for 4th in the division as Lau swings and misses there. So 2 strikeouts early for Sale, and there's 2 gone in the first inning. The first baseman, Ji-Man Choi, will bat here. Choi is batting .226 on the year. Highest in the lineup that he has been, as he takes that ball outside for ball 1. Has played really a tremendous first base this year for the Rays. The only first baseman that has played that position. A couple of guys that can play first on the roster. Nate Lau in the minors. Yandy Diaz has spent some time over at first. Jose Martinez as well. The 1-1 to Choi is swung on and missed for strike 2. If Chris Sale can get another wave and a miss, he'll strike out the side. Patrick Johnson, your home plate umpire, calling the balls and strikes. The 1-2 to Choi is outside for ball 2. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chris Sale off to a nice start early on in this season. 12th pitch upcoming in this first inning. The 2-2 to Choi is chopped right to the pitcher Sale. He'll pick it up easily, flip it to first to retire the side. It's 1-2-3. Chris Sale picking up a couple of strikeouts. We head to the bottom of the first next. On the mound for the Rays, no decisions for him yet. Ryan Yarbrough, in his first start of the season against the Yankees, he had 5 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He has a 1.8 ERA on the season. We'll give you the Red Sox lineup after the first pitch. The second baseman, Jose Peraza, will lead things off. Peraza batting .265 on the year. And the first pitch from Yarbrough is in there. It'll be ball one. For the Red Sox, leading off the second baseman Jose Peraza. Batting second, the left fielder Andrew Benintendi. Batting third, the shortstop Xander Bogaerts. Batting cleanup, the third baseman Rafael Devers. Batting fifth, the first baseman Mitch Moreland. Batting sixth, the DH Michael Chavis, as that ball has popped up. It'll be caught by Brandon Lau. Batting seventh, the catcher Christian Vazquez. Batting eighth, the center fielder Kevin Pillar. And batting ninth, in right field, Jackie Bradley Jr. Ryan Yarbrough's got one gone on the flyout to Brandon Lau against Jose Peraza. Andrew Benintendi, the left fielder, will bat next. Benintendi batting .267 on the year. Takes that pitch low for ball one. It'll be Yarbrough, Morton, Snell in this series. As we round out the bottom part of this rotation. And after this series, the Rays have a 4-game date with the Cleveland Indians before returning home to play the Houston Astros and the Toronto Blue Jays. The 1-0 to Benintendi is in there for strike one. Count is now even at a ball and a strike. That pitch fouled away for strike two. Fouled away once again. The count will remain a ball and two strikes to Benintendi, the 1-2. Fouled away. Benintendi just looking to stay alive against Ryan Yarbrough. Lefty on lefty. We've seen plenty of that so far in this first inning. Couple of lefty starters. Teams with a lot of lefty bats. It'll be an interesting series the way it lines up because the righty Morton tomorrow, and in the getaway, the lefty Snell. So two lefties for Tampa Bay. As that is grounded backhanded by Choi. He'll flip it to Ryan Yarbrough. He'll attack the first base bag to retire Benintendi. So there's two outs here in the bottom of the first. And with the bases empty and two gone, the shortstop Xander Bogaerts will bat next. Got the Silver Slugger Award at a shortstop. Batting .364 to start the year, so he's off to a hot start. Most of this lineup for the Red Sox is slugging here early on. They're 6-4 so far. Second in the American League East behind the 7-2 New York Yankees. The Yankees swept the Tampa Bay Rays in Tropicana Field just about a week ago. Bogaerts up 2-0 in the count. The pitch from Yarbrough is outside for ball three. That pitch in there for a strike. So 3 balls and a strike with 2 gone is the count to Xander Bogaerts. The 3-1. Swung on and popped up. Chased by the right fielder Meadows, and he'll be there to retire him. A 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Yarbrough. That will quiet the Fenway crowd here early going. No hits by either team through the first inning. And getting things started for the Rays in the second inning. The left fielder Hunter Renfroe will bat first. Renfroe is batting .303 on the season. Has 4 home runs already. Absolutely slugged in that series against the Texas Rangers. Would love to see him continue it here. He'll face the lefty Chris Sale in his first at-bat. That first pitch is in there for a strike. Sale with a couple of strikeouts in the first inning was a clean 1-2-3. The Rays went down in order. That pitch to Renfroe is high and outside for ball one. Renfroe checks at that pitch. He's now up in the count, 2-1 strike against Chris Sale. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. For that'll be strike 2. 97 miles an hour on the fastball for Chris Sale. Tricked Renfroe up there, and the count now is 2 balls to 2 strikes. As that pitch is going to be, looks like it was caught by the third baseman. It was not. It went just foul. So the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Renfroe, and Renfroe was able... He was not able to get out of the way of it, I should say. It hit him. Got his left arm, and he will take his base. It will be a leadoff hit by pitch, as that fastball got a little too high and inside. So the Rays get a base runner early on. That'll bring up the shortstop, Willie Adames. He was batting .212 to start the year. The first pitch to Willie is in there for strike 1. So the Rays with no outs. They have a man at first base in Hunter Renfroe. After that hit by pitch by Sale. 5, 6, 7, the hitter scheduled to come up next for the Rays as they head to the middle part of their order. The 0-1 to Adames is in there for strike 2. So Adames taking a couple of pitches. He's down early in the count. No balls to 2 strikes. Looking to most likely protect against Sale. He's got the righty on lefty, though. The 0-2 is high for ball 1. With a potential sweep in this series, the Rays most likely would take second place in the AL East. They won't be able to catch the New York Yankees just yet. The Rays don't have a series against the Yankees in quite some time. The 1-2 to Willie is high for ball 2. That fastball in there at 98 miles an hour, not able to get any control as it sails a bit high of the zone. So the count is not even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Willie has taken 4 pitches to this point in the at-bat. The 2-2 is on its way, and it's going to be swung on and missed. Got him with a changeup, and that'll send Willie to the dugout. He's out on strike, so there is 1 gone in the second inning. Third strikeout of the day for Chris Sale. An impressive start for him thus far. That will bring up the DH, Jose Martinez. Jose is batting .150 on the season. Had a couple of hits in that series against the Rangers. Looking to heat things up just a little bit. He's a good hitter for power, but has no home runs and no runs batted in. Took that pitch for strike 1. The 0-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So another Rays battered down early in the count against Chris Sale. Sale having his way with these Rays with the first pitch strikes. Martinez will have to turn things around in a hurry, as that pitch is going to be popped up, chased by the left fielder Benintendi, and he will not be able to get there. It was scooped up by the center fielder Pilar, and I suppose that will be a base hit for Martinez as it gets just over the glove of the left fielder Benintendi. And the Rays have base runners at first and second with only 1 gone. We'll call it a base hit for now. The catcher, Michael Perez, is batting next. Fouls that first pitch away for strike 1. Perez, the catcher, an impressive start for him. He's batting .273. Kevin Cash, for the first time as a catcher, batting in a slot above the 9 hole. He's batting 7th today. Yandy Diaz, who's hitless, is batting 9th. The 0-1 to Perez, swung on and missed for strike 2. So the third consecutive batter that Chris Sale has gotten into an 0-2 count. The lefty Perez just looking to protect here. He's got a runner in scoring position. The 0-2 is in there for strike 2. For strike 3. They're going to ring up Perez, and he's out on strikes. That is the 4th K of the day for Chris Sale. And there's 2 gone. And then with 2 on and 2 out in the second inning, The center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier, up to the plate now. The first pitch to him is going to be blocked. It was low. Good play by the catcher, Vasquez, to block that one. Kiermaier batting 185 on the year. If KK can get on, Yandy Diaz will bat next. Kiermaier up 1-0 in the count. The pitch from Sale is outside for ball 2. So lefty on lefty here. 31 pitches for Sale. So as I always say, at the very least, you're jacking up his pitch count a little bit early going. Trying to get to a bullpen that is not necessarily good for the Red Sox, as Kiermaier takes that pitch high for ball 3. Interesting to see if KK will get the green light on the 3-0. We've not seen that much this year. They usually take 3-0 pitches. The pitch from Sale is going to be taken for strike 1. Kiermaier just watches that fastball at 97 miles an hour whiz right by him. Into the glove of the catcher, Vasquez. 34th pitch upcoming for Sale. He's only through 1 2/3. The 4-5-6 hitter scheduled to come up for the Red Sox in the bottom of this inning. Sale with 1 out left to get. The 3-1 upcoming to Kiermaier. And it'll be high for ball 4. And with that 2-out walk, Chris Sale will load the bases for the third baseman, Yandy Diaz, who is hitless in this season so far. Maybe a bit of a strategy to pitch around Kiermaier to get to the third baseman, Diaz. Diaz is 0 for 15. No hits. 0-0-0 the batting average. First walk of the day issued by Chris Sale. The first pitch to Diaz is taken high for ball 1. 10 balls, 13 strikes, a total of 23 pitches for Sale in this inning. Good job by Rays batters to take some good pitches. They've taken some strikes, but have shown a good batter's eye. Yandy Diaz is up in the count, a ball and no strikes. The pitch from Sale is in there. Wow! The home plate umpire, Patrick Johnson, is going to call that a bit outside. Looked to be well within the zone. Diaz takes it for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch to Diaz upcoming from Sale. And it's going to be low for ball 3. And Sale now 1 pitch away outside of the zone from walking in a run. The base is loaded with 2 gone. I can almost guarantee you Diaz is going to be taking this 3-0 pitch. Could be a watermelon right down the middle. I don't see him swinging. And he does. Fouls it away down the first base line. Saw a pitch that he liked, took a hack at it. Count 3 balls and a strike to the third baseman, Yandy Diaz. Looking for his first hit of the year. He's got the bases juiced. Takes another hack at that one, fouling it away. So a full count to Diaz here. With the bases loaded, 2 gone. The 40th pitch upcoming from Sale. It's on its way. And it's going to be right to the third baseman, Devers. He throws to Moreland at first to retire Diaz. Diaz goes to 0 for 16 on the season. He had the bases loaded. Grounded out to end the threat for the Rays. A hit in that inning. No runs. Bottom of the second next. And getting things started for the Red Sox. 9-game hitting streak for him. The third baseman, Rafael Devers, will bat next. Part of that ground out to end the inning on the top of the second. Devers off to a hot start, batting .429. Makes sense with that 9-game hitting streak. He's a dangerous hitter. Yarbrough, that first pitch to him is inside. The bright side, it is a lefty on lefty for Yarbrough, as most of these threats for the Red Sox are. Of course, they traded away Mookie Betts to the Dodgers, as that is in there for a base hit. It'll be a leadoff single for Rafael Devers. He extends his hitting streak to 10 games. And that'll put a man on for the Red Sox. First hit of the day allowed by Ryan Yarbrough. No strikeouts, no walks for him. That'll bring up the first baseman, Mitch Moreland, batting .265 on the year. First at-bat against Yarbrough is upcoming. The first pitch to Moreland is taken. Was able to check his swing there, but did not chase. Had the slider well outside the zone. The 1-0 to Moreland now is grounded right to Lau, who flips it to Adames, and the throw to Choi's in time. That'll be a double play to erase the leadoff single. There's now 2 outs here in the second. Nice shift there for the Rays. Got Moreland to ground into the double play. It goes 4-6-3. Bringing up the DH, Michael Chavis with 2 gone. Bases empty in the second. And the first pitch to him is fouled away for strike 1. The 0-1 from Yarbrough is fouled away for strike 2. So now Yarbrough, after getting a double play, is now 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. He's faced the minimum so far. The 0-2 is high. For ball 1, a ball and a strike is the count. That one looked like it got a bit away from Yarbrough, the high release. The 1-2, that'll be low in the dirt, blocked by Perez. So the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. As he swings and misses at that one, Perez will throw to first to complete the strikeout. First of the day for Yarbrough. Got a double play to erase a leadoff single. 0-0 after 2. And back to the top of the lineup we go for the Rays. Austin Meadows batting next. Struck out in his first at-bat against Sale. Looking to do a little bit better this time. 1 of 4 strikeouts in the early going for Sale as Meadows swings and misses at that pitch. The 0-1. Swung on and missed right in the same spot. Sale working quickly against the lefty Meadows. He's having a hard time with Sale here. The 0-2 is grounded and not being able to pick up by the third baseman Devers. He does gather it eventually. Throws it to Moreland to retire Meadows. So there's 1 gone. Meadows 0 for 2 now after that ground out to Devers. That'll bring up the second baseman Brandon Lau. Lau 0 for 1 himself. A strikeout victim against Sale in that first inning. First pitch to Lau is low for ball 1. A lot of pitches in this early going for Sale, but he has been quite effective against these Rays hitters. His fastball has been good, and his sliders have gotten the Rays to chase. The 1-0 is fouled away for strike 1. The real story, really, just the Rays have not been able to make a quality contact against these pitches. The 1-1 to Lau is a bit high for ball 2. Likely around 55, maybe 60 pitches by the time this inning is over for Sale, only after 3. That one in there for strike 2. So perhaps an early move to the bullpen for the Red Sox. Be interesting to see how things play out. As that pitch is grounded right up the middle, picked up by the shortstop Bogarts, and Lau will be safe at first. A nice play by the shortstop, but not able to get the throw to first in time. It'll be a 1-out single for Lau, his first hit of the day. Second of the day allowed by Chris Sale. And the Rays now get another base runner, trying to start a threat. G-Man Choi up next. That pitch to Choi is fouled away. Choi 0 for 1 with a ground out in his first at-bat against Sale. With the lack of righty bats, the Rays having to go heavy lefty against the left-handed Sale. As Choi takes a hack and a miss at that fastball up in the zone. He's now down 0-2 in the count. The pitch here from Sale is in there for strike 3. They're going to ring up G-Man Choi. The 5th strikeout of the day for Sale. And Choi heads back to the dugout. That will bring up the left fielder, Hunter Renfroe. Got hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. He takes that first pitch low for ball one. It was a fastball high and inside that got a little bit away from Chris Sale. Hunter Renfroe's on-base percentage nearly 400. Has been the best Rays hitter thus going in this 2020 season so far. The 1-0. Swung on and missed. For strike one. Count even here at a ball and a strike. With one on and two out here in the third. And that pitch is high. For ball two. Chris Sale's pitch count continuing to rise. I would say that's probably the strategy to beat the Red Sox in the series is get to the bullpen often and early. They're off to a good start in game one. That'll be strike two on the swing and a miss from Renfroe. That fastball in there at 97 miles an hour. They had a good chance in the last inning to put some runs up. They had the bases juiced with two gone for Yandy Diaz. And he grounded out to end that threat. Moved to 0 for 16 on the year. Still looking for his first hit. As we're over a week into this season. As Renfroe swings and misses as at that pitch well inside. 6th strikeout for Chris Sale, second of the inning. Rays get a single, but that's going to be it for them. Bottom of the third next. And to get things started for the Red Sox here, the catcher Christian Vázquez will bat first. Vázquez. He's batting 152 on the season. A little bit strange to see him a little bit higher in the batting order than ninth for a catcher batting 150 as that first pitch is in their first strike. Maybe just trying to get the righty against the lefty Yarbrough. That pitch outside. Can't even hear it, a ball and a strike. The 1-1 now is going to be swung on and missed. Vázquez not able to check his swing on a pitch a bit low. A ball and 2 strikes the count to the catcher Vázquez. The pitch from Yarbrough is going to be high. For ball number 2, count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 28th pitch upcoming for Yarbrough. He's off to a decent start. 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no walks. He's faced the minimum 6 batters through 2. The 2-2 to Vázquez is fouled away down the third base line. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A full crowd here at Fenway Park holding about 38,000. Looks to be close to that tonight as that pitch swung on and missed by Vázquez. Strike 3. Second punch out of the day for Yarbrough, and there's 1 gone. Yarbrough fortunate to face the bottom of the lineup here. 7, 8, 9 the hitters for the Red Sox here. That'll bring up the center fielder Kevin Pillar, batting 321 early on in this season. That pitch inside. 1-0 the count to Pillar. 4-game hitting streak for him. As we saw with the Rangers, who had a couple of guys on long hitting streaks themselves. Rays able to extinguish a couple of those. The 1-0 to Pillar is outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, the count to Pillar as he swings and misses. At that pitch, looked like maybe a changeup there. Only 79 miles an hour. Definitely got Pillar to mistime his swing. Good work for Yarbrough here so far. The number 5 starter. The 2-1 to Pillar. Swung on and missed. Just about this same pitch in the same spot. Got Pillar to swing and miss again. Expect the fastball here on this 2-2. And it's going to be a bit outside. Count goes full at 3-2. The right fielder Bradley will be up next. The payoff pitch is in there for strike 3. Yarbrough picks up his 3rd strikeout of the day, and there's 2 gone. Dating back to last inning, that is the 3rd straight strikeout for Ryan Yarbrough. And with the bases empty and 2 gone, the right fielder Jackie Bradley Jr. will bat next. Bradley is batting .333 on the year. He's taken Mookie Betts' spot in right field after a trade that sent David Price and bets to the Los Angeles Dodgers as they try and get below the luxury tax threshold. They were above nearly $200 million as that pitch is fouled away for strike two. So now, just like that, an early 0-2 count has Ryan Yarbrough one strike away from getting out of the inning and potentially striking out the side. The 0-2 to Bradley is fouled away. Count remains of no balls to 2 strikes. Impressive inning for Yarbrough here. A couple of strikeouts. Looking to get another one against Bradley. The 0-2 is going to be fouled away again, so Bradley just getting a piece of these baseballs by Yarbrough. Another 0-2 is outside for ball 1. A good take by Bradley on an 0-2. 1-2 now. Low. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Bradley slowly working himself back into the count. Yarbrough just looking to get out of the inning. 42nd pitch upcoming for Yarbs. The 2-2 is grounded right up the middle. Gloved by Yarbrough. Throws to first to retire him, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. Yarbrough has faced the minimum through 3. Scoreless game. And the middle part of the order for the Rays here in this 4th inning. The shortstop Adames will get things started for the Rays. Adames 0 for 1 with a punch-out against Sale. 1 of 6 strikeouts in the early goings for Sale, as that pitch is in there for strike 1. Two hits allowed by Sale and a walk. Adding a hit by pitch, and there's been 4 base runners today for the Rays. They had the bases loaded a couple of innings ago and had a single in the 3rd, but that's been it. The 1-1-2, the shortstop, is in there for strike 2. The Rays taking a lot of strikes early on. The 1-2 is low. They've taken a lot of pitches overall. I mean, some of them have been balls, but also a good portion of them have been strikes as well. Has allowed Chris Sale to get ahead of hitters early in counts. He's got a 2-2 to Adames here. And that pitch is going to be swung on and missed. 7th strikeout of the day for Sale. Second of the day for Adames. That'll bring up the DH Jose Martinez, who singled in his first at-bat against Sale. It was a weird little blue pit that fell just beyond the left fielder Benintendi. He takes that first pitch outside for ball 1, right on the border. And boosted up his batting average to 190, still below the Mendoza line. Not what you want for a guy in the DH spot, but the Rays quite limited in that regard. The 1-0 is going to be fouled away. G-Man Choi at first has not gotten an off day yet. You would think when he does, it would be the right-handed Martinez to take a spot, probably against a lefty pitcher, as that pitch is fouled away down the left field line. The 1-2 now to Martinez, and he's going to take a step back to avoid that pitch. Was way inside. Will even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes, as the Rays continue to work these lengthy at-bats against Chris Sale, as they try and run out the Red Sox ace in the early goings. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Second straight strikeout for Sale. His 8th of the day, and there's 2 gone. The catcher, Michael Perez, will bat now. Perez 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch to him from Sale is low. For ball 1. Perez 3 for 12 on the season. He's been the best catching hitter for the Rays. Mike Zunino is out for a couple months. Chris Herman, the other catcher on the Rays roster. The problem with Perez and Herman, they're both lefties. So both added disadvantage against these left-handed pitchers. As Perez swings and misses at that one. That'll be strike 2. 70th pitch upcoming for Sale. He's one strike away from getting out of the inning, maybe striking out this side. The 1-2 now to Perez. It is swung on and missed. Chris Sale strikes out the side. He's got 9 so far. Bottom of the 4th upcoming. And the Red Sox going back to the top of their lineup. The second baseman, Jose Peraza, will bat first. Peraza flew out to the second baseman, Lau, in his first at-bat. The first pitch to him is fouled away for strike 1. 43 pitches now for Yarbrough. He's faced the minimum through 3. A double play allowed that to be the case after he gave up a hit. He's got 3 strikeouts, no walks. So that was the only base runner of the day for Boston. The 1-1 now. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. And they're going to punch out Jose Peraza. There he goes, down on strikes. Taking a look at that pitch from Yarbrough. Swings and misses barely on that one. That'll be Yarbrough's 4th strikeout of the day. The left fielder, Andrew Benintendi, will bat next. Benintendi is 0 for 1. Grounded out to first base. And his last at-bat is first against Yarbrough. The 1-0 pitch now is inside for ball 2. Benintendi with a bit of a rough game so far. He's 0 for 1. Had a bit of a miscue in the field. Wasn't charged an error to him, but allowed a base hit for Jose Martinez. Takes that pitch high for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes. The count to Benintendi early. Yarbrough looking to avoid giving up his first walk and his second base runner. The 3-0 here is in there for strike 1. A 3-0 take there by Benintendi to get Yarbrough a bit back in the count. The 3-1 here is swung on, fouled away. Looked like it was in the strike zone regardless. Benintendi just taking a hack at that one. The count is now full. The payoff pitch upcoming for Yarbrough on its way. And it is low for ball 4. So barring a double play again in this inning, that will erase the whole facing the minimum thing for Yarbrough. Allows a 1-out walk there to Benintendi to give the Red Sox a base runner. Xander Bogaerts fouls that one away. He will bat next with 1 out and 1 on in this 4th inning. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to right. As he swings at that pitch, and it's going to get down for a base hit right in front of Austin Meadows. Red Sox now have runners at first and second with only 1 gone. Another time this season, it looks like Austin Meadows probably could have gotten there to record the out. He lets the ball get down right in front of him for a base hit, and that'll put a runner in scoring position for Boston. Rafael Devers batting next. Second hit of the day allowed by Yarbrough. As the Red Sox starting a threat with probably their hottest hitter. The cleanup man, Rafael Devers, got a single in his last at-bat. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1. The biggest threat of the day for Boston as we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Count even at a ball and a strike. As that pitch swung on and missed by Devers. Got him there with the off speed. 58th pitch upcoming for Yarbrough, just trying to get out of this 4th inning. He's got some work to do, though. The 1-2 to Devers. And that'll be grounded right in front of the catcher, Perez. Picked up by Yarbrough. And he'll throw to Choi to retire him. A bit of a sacrifice to move the runners over. The Red Sox now have runners at second and third with 2 gone. That play goes 1-3 for Devers, bringing up the first baseman Mitch Moreland, who grounded into a double play. And he swings at that first pitch. It's going to be a base hit. That looks like it will score 2 as the throw from Kiermaier will not be in time. It'll be a 2 RBI single for Mitch Moreland. And the Red Sox now with a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. Third hit allowed for Ryan Yarbrough. Gives up a couple of earned runs there. A bloop single on the first pitch to Mitch Moreland. So now with 2 gone and a man on first. That first pitch swung on and got past Lau, so that'll be another base hit. The third of the inning. 4th of the day allowed by Ryan Yarbrough. So that'll once again put runners at first and second. There's 2 gone. That was Michael Chavis, the DH, getting a hit there. That'll bring up the catcher, Christian Vazquez. Takes that first pitch for strike 1. Vazquez is 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Yarbrough. Yarbrough was doing so good until this inning. Gives up a couple of runs, 3 hits to this point. Also add a walk in there. Vazquez swings it at that pitch, fouls it away. Vazquez now down 0-2 in the count. Yarbrough 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. 63rd pitch upcoming for him. The pitch is on its way. And it'll be fouled away once again. Count will remain 0-2. A base hit would bring in another run. Yarbrough just looking to put away the catcher. The 0-2 is fouled away once again. Count will remain 0-2. Four strikeouts to this point for Yarbrough, as that pitch is low and outside for ball 1. This pitch is in there for strike 3. Yarbrough will get out of the inning. He had a couple men on base. Gives up 2 runs as Boston takes the lead midway through this one. We're through 4. And to get things started for the Rays, it'll be 8-9-1, the hitters to come up. Kevin Kiermaier will get things started. KK walked in his first plate appearance against Sale. That first pitch is low for ball 1. Depending on if the Rays can get any men on, this could potentially be the last inning for Chris Sale. He's got 4 scoreless, but giving up a couple of hits and a walk. 9 struck out, though. As the Rays ultimately, barring the 1 threat in the second, have really struggled to make any quality contact, if anything, at all against Sale. The 2-0 to Kiermaier is going to be popped up, charged by the left fielder, Benintendi, and that ball is going to get down right in front of him for a leadoff single by Kiermaier. So the Rays may be starting a threat here. A lucky bounce for the center fielder, Kiermaier. That'll bring up the third baseman, Yandy Diaz. Diaz 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. That came in the second inning. The Rays had the bases loaded with 2 outs, and Diaz had a 3-0 count. Chris Sale worked it back full. Diaz grounding out to Devers at third base. So the Rays with an early base runner. The throwback to first is not in time as KK will retreat back to the bag. KK looking potentially for a stolen base with 1 on, no outs. Sale will throw back to first again. A good shot there at that loaded Fenway Park crowd on this Monday evening. First game of 3 against the Rays. An AL East matchup. The 1-0 to Diaz is going to be a pitch out. Kiermaier slides back into first. Don't think he was looking to steal there, as Sale is obviously distracted. 2 throws to first and a pitch out. As Diaz is up 2-0 in the count. As Diaz takes that pitch for strike 1. Was just going to say maybe this is the formula that Diaz needs for his first hit. With Kiermaier on first, obviously distracting for any Major League pitcher, the 2-1, is low for ball 3. So, Chris Sale perhaps pitching a bit around Diaz. Obviously bothered by Kiermaier, as he's always a nuisance when he gets on first base. The 3-1 upcoming to Diaz. Looking for his first hit. Swings at that one. The center fielder, Pilar, will be there. It'll be lined right to him as Kiermaier, who had a sizable lead, will have to go back to first, so there's one gone. Diaz 0 for 2 in this one. Moves to 0 for 17 on the year, as a bit of a comedy for errors of Diaz continues. Rays go back to the top of the lineup here. Austin Meadows will bat now. Meadows is 0 for 2 with a ground out to third in his last at-bat against Sale. Another pitch out. KK retreating back to first base. That's another way to drive up Sale's pitch count. Such a common theme. A blue pit for Kiermaier has completely flipped the script here for Sale. He's got a 1-0 to Meadows, who fouls that one away along the backstop for strike 1. 81st pitch upcoming for Sale, so more increasingly a chance that this could be his last inning, barring like a double play or anything like that here. The 1-1 upcoming to Meadows is high. Perhaps a bit of another pitch out for Sale. Rays hitters have benefited. Diaz was not able to cash it in, though. He was the first out in the inning. Rays go to the top of the lineup here with the leadoff man, Meadows. He's got a 2-1. And that pitch will be well inside for ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike is the count to Meadows. So if Sale's not careful, he's going to get Kiermaier in scoring position one way or another. The 3-1 here is in there for strike 2. So the count with 1 out will go full. Brandon Lau coming up next. Sale is looking to put away the second out of the inning. Kiermaier will be running here on this 3-2 pitch. The payoff to Meadows is outside for ball 4. So, as much as Chris Sale was trying to avoid it, Kevin Kiermaier will get to second base. He's in scoring position. Meadows at first represent the tying run, so with 1 out, the Rays get the tying run to the base path. Bring up the second baseman, Brandon Lau. Lau is 1 for 2 with a single in his last at-bat. Would love to see another one of those. That would certainly score Kiermaier. Would cut the Red Sox lead in half, as Lau takes that first pitch high. Lau just batting 111 with runners in scoring position early on in the season. Looking to change that. The 1-0. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. The catcher Vasquez pointing back to Sale, as if to say, good job. 87th pitch upcoming for Sale. The 1-1 to Lau is in there for strike 2. So Lau taking a handful of pitches. He's down early in the count. A ball and 2 strikes. Rays looking to get one of those 2 runs back that they gave up in the last inning. The 1-2 to Lau is going to be fouled away, hitting along the net. Extending above the backstop. Count will remain 1-2. Most certainly will be the last inning for Sale, unless the manager wants to stretch him out a little bit. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. The pitch well inside. Got Lau to bite. There's 2 gone here in the 5th. That'll be double-digit strikeouts for Sale. He's got 10 in the game, surpassing his total in his last start. He had 9 against the Orioles in 8 innings pitched. That'll bring up the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi. Choi is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. He's got KK at second base. Meadows at first. There's 2 gone as he takes that first pitch for a strike. This Fenway Park crowd on their feet. The 0-1 to Choi is going to be lined out against the wall. It goes along the scoreboard. That'll score Kiermaier. Meadows will head around from third, and he's going to score a 2 RBI double for Ji-Man Choi on that line out, hitting along the scoreboard. 3rd double of the year for Ji-Man Choi, and just like that, this game is all tied up. The third hit of the day by Chris Sale. And Ji-Man Choi now represents the leading run at second base with Hunter Renfroe at the plate now. That first pitch to Renfroe is in there for strike one. So Renfroe is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Got hit by a pitch. 93rd pitch upcoming for Sale. The 0-1 is going to be fouled away. So now Sale 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Very impressive hit. An absolute liner into the gap in left center to tie things up for the Rays. It's 2-2 in the top of the fifth. The 0-2 to Renfroe is outside for ball one. And as great as that is, with 2 gone, Ji-Man Choi tying it up. That double has now put him in scoring position as the leading runner, as the Rays could potentially look to lock things down early with a base hit for Renfroe. He's got a 1-2 count as he steps back at that one. Sale pitching inside to Renfroe again. Probably stood out to him on the scouting report. The main threat in this Rays lineup. He's batting cleanup today, as he has most of the time this season. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Certainly, you would think the last inning for Sale here, as his pitch count is near 100. The 2-2 to Renfroe is low for ball 3. So like that, the count will go full. The shortstop Adames could bat next if Renfroe can find a way to get on. A long inning here for Sale in this fifth. He's got a full count to Renfroe. The payoff pitch to the cleanup man is going to be outside for ball 4. So a 2-out walk for Renfroe now put runners at first and second for the Rays. Bringing up the shortstop, Willie Adames, who is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts against Sale. So probably just who Chris Sale wants to see. He's gotten Willie Adames to swing and miss horribly at some sliders. Meadows with 2 homers, 6 RBIs on the year. He's got Ji-Man Choi at second base. Third walk of the day for Sale, as that first pitch to Adames is in there for strike one. Adames is batting .400 on the year with runners in scoring position. The 0-1 is fouled away for strike 2. 3 hits, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts for Sale. He's got the Rays down to their final strike here as they tie things up. The 0-2 to Willie is fouled away. That was Sale's 100th pitch, as we likely just read you his final stat line. Give or take a hit or a strikeout. The 0-2 to Willie. He's going to have to take a step back to avoid that pitch. If he had worn it, that would have loaded the bases. Fenway Park once again on their feet, just trying to get out of this inning tied. The 1-2 to Adames. And he's going to wear that one. That will load the bases. The second hit by pitch issued by Sale. That will load the bases for the DH, Jose Martinez, as Adames will reach base for the first time today. Jose Martinez is 1 for 2, struck out in his last at bat against Sale. The Red Sox will get something warming up in the pen. It's Weber, the righty. If Sale cannot get out of this, certainly his last inning, you would think here. Bases loaded with 2 gone for Martinez. He takes that first pitch outside for a ball. So the Rays pick up a couple of runs in this inning to tie things up. They load the bases for the second time today with 2 gone. The DH Martinez at the plate. The 1-0 from Sale. Swung on and missed by Martinez. Ryan Weber, the lone man in the Red Sox pen. Thereby the triangle in right center. Count even at a ball and a strike for the righty Martinez. The pitch from Sale is swung on and missed. So once again, Sale's 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. His 106th pitch will be upcoming, as he looks to end this threat for the Rays. They got the bases juiced after that hit by pitch to the shortstop Adames. The 1-2 to Martinez. Swung on and missed. Sale picks up his 11th strikeout to end the threat. The Rays do tie things up on a 2 RBI double by Ji-Man Choi. It's a 2-2 game heading to the bottom of the 5th. And the first man to face Ryan Yarbrough in this 5th inning, the center fielder Kevin Pillar, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The Rays had the lefty Brendan McKay warming up in the pen. Only 66 pitches to this point for Yarbrough. He's going to face the 8-9 one-hitters, most likely. Brendan McKay, the lone stretch reliever in the Rays' pen this year. They have a couple of guys in the minor leagues, like Kittredge and so on, that are used to stretch innings. They traded away Pruitt to the Astros in the offseason. So as Yarbrough is only through 4, Kevin Cash maybe just hedging his bets a little bit, having McKay ready. Yarbrough so far, 4 hits allowed and a walk, 5 strikeouts, 4 runs of 2-run ball. Red Sox took a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th. Rays immediately responded with 2 runs in the top of this inning. The 3-0 to Pillar is barely in there for strike 1. As that pitch is popped up, chased by the first baseman Choi, and T will get there to retire him. So there's 1 gone here in the 5th. With 1 out and the base is empty, the right fielder Jackie Bradley Jr. will bat next. Bradley grounded to the pitcher in his last at-bat. Lefty on lefty here for Yarbrough. The first pitch to him is in there for strike 1. As you see the shift put on by the Rays, the second baseman Lau is between the first and second base bag, as they so often do, and the shortstop Adama is covering second base. Diaz shaded over as well. As that foul ball will make the count 0-2 to Jackie Bradley Jr. Yarbrough looking for his 6th strikeout with 1 gone. The 0-2 is high and a bit outside for ball 1. So a ball and a strike, the count to the right fielder batting 9th. The Red Sox will go to the top of their lineup next, as Bradley has to take a step back to avoid that pitch. Ryan Weber, the man potentially to come on for the Red Sox. That's got to be Sale's last inning, as he gets the Red Sox through 5. Gives up a couple of runs in that inning, had the bases juiced, but got out of it. He's over 100 pitches as that ball is grounded right to the second baseman, Lau. Hit right into the shift. Lau is able to throw it over to first to complete the out. So there's 2 gone here in the 5th, as the Sox go back to the top of their lineup with 2 gone. Jose Peraza will bat now. Peraza is 0 for 2 with a strikeout in his last at-bat against Yarbrough. Outside of that last inning, where he gave 2 runs, Yarbrough has been extremely efficient. Has not faced a whole lot of batters. 78th pitch upcoming for him. You got to think maybe this could be his last inning. In a tie game, though, the Rays probably a bit reluctant to head to the bullpen. That 1-1 is inside for ball 2. The Rays did use many of their relievers yesterday against the Rangers in that getaway. They used Castillo, Drake, Alvarado, and Rowe in that 6-5 nail-biting win, as that pitch is fouled away for strike 2. So I don't think any of those guys would be potentially out of play. I think that was Castillo's 2nd straight, so maybe he would be out of play. But you have a guy like Drake. Certainly Rowe could come up, as Yarbrough is trying to get him through 5. He's 1 strike away from doing that. I would think at this point, I mean, he's going to... Facing this to the 2-3-4 is not exactly what you want, but the Rays would love to get him through 6. The 2-2 is going to be flied right to the second baseman, Lau, right into the shift again. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Yarbrough. As the game is tied through 5, it's 2-2. And it is Ryan Weber to come on for the Red Sox. In 5 appearances, he has a 4.22 ERA. 2-1 record already. A potential bulk inning guys. We're only in the top of the 6th. They have a righty and a lefty warming. So he'll face the 7, 8, 9 hitters, so good spot for him. The first pitch to the catcher, Perez, is going to be lined into the gap for a base hit, so Weber gives up a leadoff single. Not a great start for him. So Chris Sale will finish with 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 3 walks. So he gets the double-digit strikeouts. Kevin Kiermaier will bat next with a man on first. No gone. The first pitch to him is swung on right into the gap, right in the same spot again. So in 2 pitches, Ryan Weber has allowed 2 hits. They have Michael Perez in scoring position at second base. That'll be the second hit of the day for Kiermaier. He's reached base 3 times already. That will bring up the third baseman, Yandy Diaz, 0 for 2. He's 0 for 17 on the season. This looks to be as good a chance as any to end this terrible streak and get his first hit of the year. The 1-0 from Weber. And it's going to be right to the second baseman as the runners will stay put at first and second. There's now 1 gone. Diaz heads for 0 for 18 on the year. On that line out to the second baseman. Ready to go back to the top of their lineup. Austin Meadows will bat now. Meadows is 0 for 2 with a walk in his last at bat. Rays with runners at first and second with 1 gone. Top of the 6th in a tie game. As that first pitch is inside for ball 1. As you see, the Red Sox manager Ron Roenick giving the signs from the dugout. Weber's worked himself into a jam quickly. Only 5 pitches thrown, 2 base runners. As that 1-0 is high for ball 2. Pitching around the leadoff man. It's not going to get any easier for Weber, though, as Lau and Choi will be backing him up. Rays looking to take the lead in the 6th, the 2-0. It's going to be fouled away. You think if the Rays can find a way to take the lead, I still think it's a little early to go to the pen. You have 4 innings left. The 2-1 to Meadows is in there for strike 2. Of course, you do have McKay. It all depends on the matchups because with Yarbrough only 80 pitches, he could go for a 6th. But you have McKay that could get 2 innings. As that pitch is going to be caught by Jackie Bradley Jr. A diving headfirst catch by Jackie Bradley. And there'll be 2 gone now. Beautiful catch by the Red Sox right fielder. And with 2 gone, that'll bring up the second baseman, Brandon Lau. Lau is 1 for 3 with a single. 2 strikeouts. Had 1 against Sale in his last at-bat. The first pitch here from Weber is a bit high for ball 1. Lau, as we mentioned earlier, he's batting 100 with runners in scoring position. So not a good trend for him early going. He's got Perez at second base. The 1-0 is inside for ball 2. 11 pitches for Weber. He's given up 2 hits. The tie game at the top of the 6th as that pitch is in there for strike 1. A bit strange calls from the home plate umpire Patrick Johnson. It looks like balls that are strikes are being called balls, and that pitch was a bit low, was called a strike. So it's like you don't really know. It's been tough going. The Rays have been taking a lot of pitches in this one. The 2-1 now to Brandon Lau. It's going to be popped up, chased by the center fielder, and he will get there in time and a running catch to retire the side. Rays lead things off in this inning with a couple of hits, but that'll be it as the game stays tied. Ryan Weber gets out of it. And Brendan McKay, the man on for the Rays. 2 appearances, a 13.5 ERA. An 0-1 record for him as he did take the loss in his last appearance. He'll face Andrew Benintendi first. Poche Fairbanks, the men warming up in the bullpen. They make a call early as Yarbrough gets through just 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, and a walk. Gives up 2 runs. The first pitch to Benintendi is way outside. So Brendan McKay, the first man out of the pen for the Rays, second pitcher today. Benintendi, Bogaerts, Devers. We're the murderer's row here for Boston coming up in this 6th inning. As Benintendi swings and misses at that pitch. A tall ask for a guy with an ERA above 10. 13.50 in fact. The 1-1 to Benintendi. Swung on and missed for strike 2. As McKay looking to put his poor performance against the New York Yankees behind him. He's facing another AL East powerhouse here. The 1-2 is in there for strike 3. So they ring up Benintendi. It's McKay's first strikeout of the outing. So there's one gone here in the 6th. That'll bring up Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts is 1 for 2 with a single. The first pitch to him is outside. Ball 1. Swung on and missed for strike 1. That pitch low, but got Bogaerts to chase. It's funny, we talked in yesterday's game that it was the longest of the season at 1 hour and 40 minutes. We're already 1 hour and 6 minutes through this one. It looks like we'll be breaking that record once again. It's been an exciting game. Bogaerts fouls that one away. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 gone. A strikeout already for McKay. The 2-2 here is outside for ball 3, so the count will go full. With Devers on deck, McKay just looking to get through this inning clean. As it's tied 2 runs apiece. The payoff is low for ball 4, so it will be a 1-out walk issued to Bogaerts. So with 1 on and 1 out, that'll bring up the third baseman Rafael Devers, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Grounded out to the pitcher in his last at bat. He's batting .432, a home run, 6 RBIs. So the first walk issued by McKay on a 3-2 count. The first pitch to Devers is outside. It's going to be dropped by Perez, and that will allow Bogaerts to slide in a second on a wild pitch. It's going to be rolled a pass ball, actually, by Michael Perez. It came right out of his glove. And with 1 out, that will bring the leading run in scoring position for Boston. The shortstop, Xander Bogaerts, he's fast enough to score on a base hit by Devers. And if there's one man you don't want to face in this lineup, it is Devers. The best hitter in this lineup. He's batting cleanup. The 1-1 to him. Swung on and missed for strike 2. A high leverage spot for McKay. He's trying to avoid giving up the leading run. He's got a man in scoring position after a play that wasn't his fault. It was a pass ball by Perez. As the catcher messes up for the first time this season. That pitch low for ball 2. Perez just trying to shake it off. A 2-2 count to Bogaerts as he swings and misses there. Devers goes down on strikes. The second of the inning for McKay. And there's 2 gone here in the 6th. So in a big spot, Rafael Devers, a cleanup man, strikes out. That'll bring up the first baseman, Mitch Moreland, who is 1 for 2 with a single. Has also grounded into a double play. That pitch is in there for strike 1. So McKay attacking the strike zone. He's 1 out away from getting out of this. Scoreless. Boston has Bogaerts at second base. The 0-1 to Moreland is low. Ball 1. Count even at a ball and a strike. 18th pitch upcoming for McKay. The pitch is high. Ball 2. A fastball high and inside at 95. Swung on and missed for strike 2. And just like that, Brendan McKay is 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. He allowed a 1-out walk. A pass ball allowed him to move to second. It represents the leading run, the 2-2. is grounded, charged by the shortstop Adames. He drops the ball. The throw to first is in time. Willie Adames drops the ground ball, is able to gather it and throw it to Ji-Man Choi to retire the side. A threat for the Red Sox put out by McKay. It's tied 2-2 through 6.
Leading off for Tampa Bay, the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi.
Ji-Man Choi will bat first for the Rays here in this 7th inning. The Red Sox leave in Ryan Weber to start his 2nd inning. Ji-Man Choi is 1 for 3 in this one, as that one is going to get down for a base hit. And the Rays have a leadoff single, 3rd allowed by Weber. 2nd hit of the day for Choi, as he's batting high in the lineup tonight. That decision paid off for Kevin Cash. A bloop into shallow right center. Gets things started for the Rays. That'll bring up the cleanup man, Hunter Renfroe. The first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Renfroe, his 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He was hit by a pitch and walked in his last at-bat. So he's reached base twice. 3 hits allowed for Weber. That pitch in there for strike 1. Nothing sweeter than a home run by Renfroe here would be for the Rays. The 18th pitch upcoming for Weber. Renfroe is due. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Not able to get a hold of that pitch. Looked like a bit of a sinker type. The 1-2 to Renfroe now from Weber is on its way. Swung on and missed. 2nd strikeout of the day for Renfroe. And he'll go back to the dugout. So just like that, there's 1 gone. First strikeout for Ryan Weber. That will bring up the shortstop, Willie Adames. Adames is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. First pitch to Willie is swung on and fouled for strike 1. The 0-1 is fouled away. It looked like Adames got a good piece of that. It looked like he really got a hold of it, but it goes foul down the left field line. No balls, 2 strikes. The count to the shortstop, Adames. 1 gone, 1 on. Top of the 7th, tie game. As Adames dangerously takes the 0-2 pitch high, just on the border there for ball 1. A good take there by Willie. Looking for his first hit of the day. The 1-2 now from Weber. Swung on and missed by Adames. 2nd strikeout of the inning for the Rays, and there's 2 gone. 3rd strikeout of the day for Adames. That will bring up the DH Jose Martinez. Martinez got a base hit in his first at-bat of the game. First pitch to him is in there for strike 1. Martinez is 1 for 3 with a single. As we mentioned, has a strikeout in there as well. His 4th at-bat of the day. He's down 0-1 in the count. That pitch swung on and missed. He chased. There. And now, Ryan Weber 1 strike away from getting out of his 2nd scoreless inning. He gave up his 3rd hit to lead things off to Ji-Man Choi. The 0-2 to Martinez is inside for ball 1. It's an impressive outing overall by Weber to most likely get the Red Sox through 2 scoreless as he takes them to the 8th inning, barring any exciting plays here by Martinez. The 1-2 to him on its way, and it's going to be grounded into the middle, charged by the shortstop Bogarts, and flips to the 2nd baseman to put out Choi. So as we head to the stretch, it's tied 2-2. The DH Michael Chavis will lead off the 7th inning for Boston. Chavis 1 for 2 with a single. He did get that hit in his last at-bat, as that pitch from McKay is in there for a strike. So McKay will come out at least to start a 2nd inning. In a tie game, makes sense to leave in the bulk inning reliever, as that one is inside for ball 1. Strike 2 as Chavis takes that pitch a bit high in the zone. 24th pitch up coming for McKay. Looking to just keep this game tied up, as we're in the bottom of the 7th, tied at 2. Red Sox got 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Rays immediately responded in the top of the 5th, as that is a strikeout for Brendan McKay. Gets a nice swing and a miss from Chavis there, so there's 1 gone here in the 7th. 3rd strikeout of the outing for McKay, as he's looked pretty sharp so far. Second strikeout for Chavis. That'll bring up the catcher, Christian Vazquez. Vazquez 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Quite favorable matchups here, I would say, for McKay. He put out Chavis easily. He's got Vazquez and the center fielder, Kevin Pillar, who's 0 for 2. And if any of them get on base, it'll be the 9-hole hitter, Jackie Bradley Jr., who himself is 0 for 2. So good spot for McKay to get through 2 innings clean, as that pitch is going to get right past the glove of Diaz. It'll be a 1-out single for the catcher Vazquez, as he gets his first hit of the day. And now with 1 on and 1 out, the center fielder Kevin Pillar will bat next. Pillar is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Flew out to G-Man Choi in his last at-bat. A pop-up. Pillar batting .300 on the year. Red Sox have the leading runner on first base, as that pitch is absolutely blasted by Kevin Pillar, and it's going to go over the monster to give the Red Sox a 4-2 lead. A 4th home run of the season for Pillar. Was a 2-run shot. And just when we were talking about Brendan McKay getting through 2 innings clean, the worst possible scenario, as he gives up a 2-run homer, gives up the lead, it gives up the tie. And now the Red Sox will be looking to lock things down here in the late goings. It was as if the crowd knew what was coming. They cheered as Pillar came up to bat. In his first season with Boston, he's in line to be the hero here if this result will hold. Right off the bat, McKay knew it was gone. That blast over the monster to give Boston the lead. With 1 out, the bases empty. The 9-slot Jackie Bradley Jr. will bat now. The first pitch to him is high for ball 1. So, just like that, the script of this game is flipped. Rays down 2 runs, looking to tie it. They've got 6 outs left, as that pitch is loaded for ball 2. It'll be Perez, Kiermaier, Diaz to come up. Not sure if there's any spots you could pinch for Perez, as you have Herman on the bench. Don't see why you would for Kiermaier. And you have Yandy Diaz, who I would certainly pinch hit for if I was the Rays manager. He is 0 for 18 to start the season. You have Joey Wendell, who could come in. You have Daniel Robertson, who could come in to play third base. You got a guy like maybe Manny Margot that could pinch hit. As we mentioned, a Wendell, perhaps. Daniel Robertson. The 3-1 here to Jackie Bradley Jr. is inside for ball 4. So, McKay continues the struggle. It's a 1-out walk after allowing a 2-run homer. And the Red Sox will go back to the top of their lineup. I'm not sure I would want to leave McKay to stew too much longer. He's got Peraza here, who shouldn't be too much of a challenge, but then you get into it with Benintendi, Bogart's endeavors, as the Red Sox maybe look to pat onto their lead just a little bit. 2 hits allowed in this inning by McKay. He's just the second pitcher today for the Rays as they maybe look to preserve the bullpen a little bit. They've got some work to do down 2. They have to get out of this inning first. As you see Kevin Cash looking on from the dugout. Ryan Weber looks like he'll be done for the Red Sox, so Boston may be looking ahead to their A bullpen. That pitch flipped to Adames at second, and to Choi at first. That was Lau actually at second for a double play to end the inning. So the Red Sox take a 2-run lead on a 2-run absolute blast by Kevin Pillar. The Rays got some work to do. They got 6 outs left. Josh Taylor, the next man on for Boston. In one appearance, he had a scoreless innings pitched, 1 strikeout, no walks. He's got a 2-run lead here in the 8th. Kevin Cash will let the catcher Michael Perez hit to lead things off here in the 8th. Perez is 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts, had a single in his last at-bat. The first pitch to Perez is outside for ball 1. The closer Workman is warming in the pen, the lefty Hernandez as well. As Boston looks down to lock down the first game of this series. They're second place in the AL East. Both the Rays and the Red Sox looking up at the Yankees in first place at 7-2. This series crucial for both teams to make some ground in the American League East. The 2-0 out of Perez is in there for strike 1. Perez looked like he checked his swing, but I think it was in the strike zone regardless. The 2-1 now from Taylor is going to be grounded right to the first baseman. Moreland struggles with it a little bit, but runs over to the first base bag to retire Perez. So there's 1 gone. 5 outs left for the Rays. That'll bring up the center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier's having himself a day. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. Also has a walk, so he's reached base 3 times. Batting at the bottom part of this lineup, Yandy Diaz is scheduled to bat next, but depending on what Kiermaier does, a potential pinch hit situation. As that first pitch to Kiermaier is outside. Taylor appearing in only the second game this season. He's pitching with a 2-run lead. Workman likely to come out in the 9th. He's the Red Sox closer. The Rays on a 2-game winning streak. They're still 3 games below 500. As they're looking to claw back. They had a 6-game losing streak following opening day. Had their first series victory. They capped it off yesterday on the getaway against the Texas Rangers. That pitch to Kiermaier is in there for strike 1. One, two, three. The hitters for the Red Sox scheduled to come up. Peraza, Benintendi, Bogarts. As that pitch is grounded right to the shortstop, who flips it to first base to barely put out Kiermaier, who's hustling to get to the bag. Couldn't get there in time, and just like that, there's 2 gone. 6-3 on the putout for Kiermaier. And that will bring up Yandy Diaz. Diaz 0 for 3 today. Lined out to the second baseman in his last at-bat. At this point, he's 0 for 18 on the year. With 2 gone in the 8th, the Rays down 2 runs. Diaz takes that first pitch for a strike. Kevin Cash showing some faith, putting Diaz back in the lineup. Obviously, you can't keep him on the bench forever. But with guys like Joey Wendell, Daniel Robertson that can play third, Diaz is going to have to get things going in a hurry if he wants to keep his spot in the field. The 0-1 is low, so count even at a ball and a strike. The Rays, after Diaz, will head to the top of their lineup. Meadows, Lau, and Choi will come up in the 9th if Diaz cannot get on. A swing and miss there now puts Josh Taylor 1 strike away from getting out of this inning clean. He's trying to protect a 2-run lead for Boston. 12th pitch upcoming. The 1-2 to Diaz is inside for ball 2. Doesn't matter how high Taylor's pitch count gets here. It will be Workman, the closer, to come on in the 9th, regardless. We'd love to see the Rays get at least a run back here. As that pitch is flat out chased by the center fielder Pilar, he will stop there to retire Diaz. So 1-2-3 inning for the Rays in the 8th. They still are down 2 runs. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Red Sox sluggers up next. So it will be the left fielder Benintendi. I don't get this at all. Brendan McKay is out to start a 3rd inning. He's 37 pitches into this outing. He's got to face Benintendi, Bogarts, and Devers. The Rays down 2 runs. You think you want to just protect the score as much as you can just to give yourself one last chance in the 9th. The Rays have 3 outs left to work with. But again, at the same time, I understand maybe wanting to preserve the bullpen for the remainder of this series, as this game got away from the Rays on a 2-run shot in the 7th inning by Kevin Pillar. Rays had plenty of chances to take the lead in this one. Lack of situational hitting looks like it may cost them once again, as it has bitten them all season. It looked like that might have changed in a couple of good wins for the Rays at Texas. They had the 13-0 win. They had the 6-5 win the next day to back it up. A lot of situational hitting in that one. As that pitch swung on and missed, that will be the 4th strikeout of the outing for Brendan McKay. So there's 1 gone here in the 8th. That will bring up the shortstop Xander Bogaerts next. Bogaerts is 1 for 2 with a single. Walked in his last at-bat, as that first pitch barely fouled just along the left field line. That would have gotten down probably for extra bases. A stretch outing for McKay, no doubt, as he's pitching in his 3rd inning. Of course, this is what bulk inning relievers do. They give the bullpen a bit of a rest. Thought maybe Peter Fairbanks a candidate to come on. As that pitch is going to get right over the glove of Lau. It's going to head to Meadows in the outfield. It will be a double, a 1-out double for Xander Bogaerts. And the Red Sox now get another insurance run in scoring position with only 1 gone. Second hit of the day for the shortstop Bogaerts. 3rd hit allowed for McKay. A perfect time to put in Fairbanks, if you ask me. And they will make a change. Colin Poche, the man to come out now, 4 appearances with a 1.93 ERA. So he's pitched pretty good thus going. He's going to have to face Rafael Devers and Mitch Moreland at the very least. Chavis behind him. So with 1 on and 1 out, Colin Poche comes in to relieve McKay, the 3rd pitcher on for the Rays. Devers up next. Devers 1 for 3 with a single. Struck out in his last at-bat. McKay finishes with 4 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Gave up that 2-run shot to Kevin Pillar. That first pitch from Poche is in there for a strike. Devers batting .353 this season with runners in scoring position. It was the same situation in a 2-2 game in his last time up. He did strike out. A key strikeout for Brendan McKay when we thought he was going to lock down the Red Sox. As that pitch to Devers is outside for ball 1. That 1-1 is fouled away. So ball 2 strikes is the count now to Devers. The 1-2 is low. Count even here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Poche just looking to clean things up for the Rays. He just needs to get 2 outs. That would give the Rays one last chance at 2 runs to tie things up. They'll have to face the closer Workman, but it will be the top of the lineup. Meadows, Lau, Choi, the Rays scheduled to come up as a swing and a miss will strike out Devers. First strikeout for Poche, and there's 2 gone. So with that will bring up the first baseman, Mitch Moreland. Moreland is 1 for 3 with a single. Grounded out to short in his last at-bat. Castillo, Fairbanks warming up for the Rays just in case. Maybe getting ready for a potential bottom of the 9th. A tie game or a Rays lead will bring this game to the bottom of the 9th. Anything else? As that ball is grounded to Diaz, drops it, and the throw to first will be in time. A 1-out double was erased by Colin Poche, as the Rays have one final chance to tie things up. Brendan Workman, the man on for the Red Sox. 3 appearances. He is 2 for 2 for saves. A 0 ERA in 3 innings pitched. He's been lights out for Boston so far. Has closed out a couple of games. He'll have to face Austin Meadows first. Workman, the 4th pitcher in this game for the Red Sox. As that first pitch to Meadows is low for ball 1. I believe it's Josh Taylor. It could be Ryan Weber in line for the win for the Red Sox. It would not, however, be Chris Sale. It was a 2-2 tie when he exited. It would be Brendan McKay in line for the loss if this result holds. The 2-0 is in there for strike 1. So Meadows just looking to take some pitches against the closer Workman. Meadows is 0 for 3. As that pitch is inside, he has had a walk. He's got a 3-1 count here. The Rays are down 2 runs. Meadows off to a good start. The 3-1 from Workman is fouled away for strike 2. So that will bring the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A 5-pitch at-bat so far against the closer Workman. The 3-2 is fouled away once again along the backstop net. We'll do it again. Rays came into this with a 2-game winning streak. They're 3 below 500. 4th in the AL East. As Meadows will foul that one away once again. 8th pitch of the at-bat against Workman upcoming. It's a full count. The payoff pitch here from Workman is inside for ball 4. A leadoff walk issued to Meadows, and Brandon Lau at the plate will represent the tying run. Meadows reached base for the 2nd time today. That'll bring up Brandon Lau, who is 1 for 3 with a single. A couple of strikeouts. A fly out to center in his last at-bat. He'll face Workman here. The first pitch to Lau is in there for strike 1. He takes that pitch a little bit low. Austin Meadows turning an 8-pitch at-bat into a leadoff walk to make things a little exciting for the Rays. As Lau will have to back off of that one. Count even at a ball and a strike. I'm sure Rays fans kind of wish Brandon Lau would wear that one. He would represent the tying run on the base path. The 1-1 here is low. That one will go back to the backstop. Austin Meadows running for second base. He will be there in time. There is no throw from the catcher Vazquez. A wild pitch for Workman. That will put Meadows at second. That will take out the possibility of a double play here for Brandon Lau. But with the Rays down 2, they still have some work to do. A 2-1 count to Brandon Lau here. The 2-1 is outside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike is the count to Brandon Lau. The first baseman, G-Man Choi, is on deck. And Hunter Renfroe at cleanup. The 3-1 to Lau. Swung on and missed for strike 2. So the second batter of the inning will reach a full count against the closer Workman. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Meadows standing at second base with no gone here in the ninth. The payoff is in there. It's going to be called a ball. It's going to be a bit outside. Back-to-back walks issued by Workman. That'll put the tying run, Brandon Lau, at first base. Runners at first and second with no outs. That will bring up the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi. And things get really interesting here in Boston in the top of the ninth. Choi is 2 for 4 with back-to-back singles. And that pitch is lined by Ji-Man Choi. It goes out to the pesky pole, and it's gone! Ji-Man Choi with a 3-run homer. His first of the season gives the Rays the lead against the closer Workman. It is the first blown save for the Red Sox closer. And for the first time this season, the Rays come back in the top of the ninth. Third hit of the day for Ji-Man Choi's first home run of the season. That quiets the crowd here in Fenway. The Rays now with the 5-4 lead. Get Nick Anderson warming up in the bullpen. That pitch absolutely lined out to the pesky pole by the first baseman, Ji-Man Choi. Kevin Cash put him in the 3 spot in the lineup. That home run goes nearly 400 feet, almost 110 miles an hour off the bat. That'll bring up Hunter Renfroe with no gone and the bases empty. That first pitch in there for a strike. So 2 walks and a hit allowed by Brandon Workman. It'll be 3 earned runs and a blown save charged to him. If Nick Anderson can pick up a save, it will be the loss to Workman. No win in line for Rays pitchers if this result will hold. Workman has got a 1-1 here to Renfroe. Renfroe looking for his first hit. He's reached base a couple of times on a walk and to hit by pitch. He fouls that one away. So many times this season, the Rays have made things interesting against closers. Think back to the Texas Rangers' Leclerc, the New York Yankees in Aroldis Chapman. The 2-2 here to Renfroe is high. So another full count to a Rays hitter. Willie Adames, the shortstop, is up next. The payoff to Renfroe. Swung on and missed. So that'll be the first strikeout for Workman. So there's 1 gone. The shortstop, Adames, is up next. Adames is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. A hit by pitch has his only on base for the game. That first pitch outside. A hit, a strikeout, 2 walks for Workman. As we said, his first blown save. He'll be in line for the loss if the Red Sox cannot pick up a run in the bottom of the ninth. As I mentioned a little earlier, lack of situational hitting in this game. Ji-Man Choi made me eat my words as he sent a 3-run homer down just fair of the pesky pole in right field. The 2-1 to Adames is just foul. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the shortstop, Adames. The pitch on its way is inside for ball 3. So the 4th full count. A poor outing for Workman. Potentially good news for the Rays for the next 2 games in this series, as that one is inside. It'll be the 3rd walk of the inning for Workman. 15 balls to only 12 strikes. I'm not sure if the Red Sox even have anyone warming up, but you would think if they did, they would want to have him come out. So a 1-out walk by Adames will bring up the DH Jose Martinez. As Adames reaches base for the 2nd time today, Martinez is 1 for 4. And that light lined right to Moreland. Tagged Adames, who was getting a lead off of first base. So that'll be a double play. The Rays take a 3-1 lead. Or a 1-run lead by a shot by Choi. They look to close out the first win of the series. And the closer for the Rays, Nick Anderson, to come out. 3 appearances. He's 2 for 3 in save opportunities, a 13.50 ERA. He got this save against Texas yesterday. Looking to do the same here against the Red Sox. 6, 7, 8, the hitters scheduled to come up for the Red Sox, including Kevin Pillar, who has already homered in this game. Anderson, the fourth pitcher to come on for the Rays. He faced the DH Chavis first. That pitch is in there for strike one. Nick Anderson with a save on opening day. That was awfully exciting. He had a save yesterday in Arlington. The Rays, with a 2-game winning streak, look to extend it to 3, as that pitch is swung on and missed by Michael Chavis. An 0-2 count early to him. Ji-Man Choi quieting this Fenway Park crowd with a 3-run shot. Erased a 2-run deficit and added on a 1-run lead. The 0-2 to Chavis is fouled away. Count will remain no balls to 2 strikes. This game looks like it'll be just about the length of yesterday's. An hour and 41 minutes we're at here. 0-2 the count to Chavis. The pitch is on its way and it's just low. For ball 1, a dangerous take by Chavis on an 0-2 count. The 1-2 upcoming from Anderson. The pitch is on its way and it's low. For ball 2, the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chavis taking a couple of good takes, evening the count to the leadoff man Chavis. That pitch is outside for ball 3, and just like that, that will bring the count full at 3-2. You think if Chavis can get on, or regardless, with Christian Vazquez coming up next, the catcher. He's 1 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. He's batting 167 on the year. I'd be willing to bet that the Red Sox are going to pinch hit for him. The payoff is in there for strike 3. They ring up the DH Chavis. It's his 2nd straight strikeout, and there's 1 gone in the 9th. The Red Sox will let the catcher Christian Vazquez hit here. The catcher, as we mentioned, 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a base hit, a single in his last at-bat. Red Sox down to their final 2 outs, down a run. That first pitch swung on and missed by Vazquez. The catcher did come around to score on that 2-run homer by Kevin Pillar. The 0-1 here from Anderson is on its way. And it's in there for strike 2. Just catching the high and outside part of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to the catcher Vazquez. The pitch from Anderson. Swung on and missed. The catcher Perez will pick it up and throw to first to complete the strikeout. 2 strikeouts, 2 outs. Here in the 9th, the Red Sox down to their final out. And just what the Red Sox fans want to see. Down 1 run, Kevin Pillar comes up to the plate. He homered in his last at-bat. Gave the Red Sox a 4-2 lead. Was erased by Ji-Man Choi. That first pitch in there for strike 1. Expect Pillar to take a couple of pitches here, as he is the final out for the Red Sox. The Rays looking to take game 1 of this series, as that pitch is outside for ball 1. The 1-1 here is swung on and fouled. So just like that, the Red Sox down to their final strike. How sweet would it be if the closer Nick Anderson could strike out the side here in the 9th? The Rays with a clutch home run to take the lead. They have the closer Anderson. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Anderson strikes out the side in the 9th, picks up his third save of the season, his 2nd straight, and the Rays with a comeback win get the first win of the year against the Boston Red Sox. They take game 1 of the series by a score of 5-4. Anderson with the save. The Red Sox closer Brandon Workman with the loss. The Rays with their 3rd straight win. They're now 2 games under 500 at 4-6. And with that said, we will see you tomorrow for game 2 against the Red Sox.
final line score for our ball game.